darn is Mugen loud. Please note that everything that you're about to see is not final. We are still in very, very early development of this project. So, I think starting October, that's when I started doing work on Battle Craze here, along with Dr. Calexo and a few other big old crack team of friends and acquaintances. We somehow are starting a m.u.g.e.n full game. I am as stoked as anybody else. However, what is Battle Craze Type M? Well, the best way to introduce everybody is to show off the mechanics of the game, of course. We have, training mode and all the good old m.u.g.e.n modes except simul stuff, because screw simul stuff. And the closest character that we have complete here is Ajit, who will be the basis for showing off the game's mechanics. Tsugumi is currently in development. Random select. 2 stages complete, Ajit stage and the training stage. There is another stage, but that is for dev purposes. Though I may have to ask my coder how exactly we can implement that into the final game. But before we get started, I should say who is responsible for everything here. Me, Janice Luciani, responsible for the character designs, the moveset designs, the sprites for both the characters, the stages, and the screen packs, and the general director of the game. Dr. Calexo is responsible for the coding of the characters. You may know him for coding characters such as Psychopath Kyo and Sad Claps, and Zombie Kanji. Please visit his site and download his moving characters. Meldo Wiseau was responsible for coding the screen pack itself. He did a very good job considering this was his first from-scratch screen pack. Simple8 was commissioned to do the music for this game. We have the main menu theme, the character select theme, the victory screen theme, Ajit's theme, and Baxter's theme. Sherm's theme is almost complete, and then Sugumi's theme is going to be commissioned too. We do have an announcer, however, he is not implemented into the game yet. And we have a whole bunch of other voice actors on deck for when their character roles are supposed to come up, and one spriter on deck too. But without further ado, let's show off the meat and patates of the Battle Craze. And the versus screen too. The training stage currently has no music, so yeah. Everything, the life bars had to be coded into the characters themselves due to a number of mechanics that are exclusive, or at least inspired by other games, but implemented here due to the fact that Mugen does not support most of these features. So I will also be taking questions until the end of me showing off the stuff. So, how does one play the Battle Craze? Well, other than moving and such, Battle Craze is a 4-button fighter which consists of a light and strong punch and a light and strong kick. You can do these while crouching too to get different normals, which will help you in your footsies and combat too. Normals can chain like this. There are also close-range normals, which are much quicker than they are from far away. The other 2 buttons are macros. You have light punch and light kick for your throw macro, and then you have strong punch and strong kick for your craze technique macro. We will get into that later. If you double tap forward, you will do a closing in movement. It depends on the character. For Ajit, he runs. much like a Mega Man character for some reason. Everybody has a backdash, double dash back, standardized jumping for now, and other things. So throws, and also throw tech. You can throw tech by pressing light punch and light kick at the same time your opponent does the throw. The key is to predict whenever your opponent's going to throw. And so far, everybody has a forward throw, a back throw, and an air throw. That is not complete yet. As for strong punch and strong kick, everybody has a Craze technique, which is not unlike the V skill in Street Fighter V. However, it usually will link into their unique trait, which is a usually passive ability that ties to their Craze technique or just generally suits their gameplay. Ajit's passive technique is the tandem link. For the more parries he successfully pulls off with this Craze technique, the stronger his attacks become. And this is his parry. Future Sight, where Ajit takes a moment to sleep and predict the future, and then whenever an incoming attack comes along, he will counter it in a rage. He can also do this against low attacks, and he can also do this in the air as well. He cannot do this against supers. That was a little bit too strong for this. Other things to go through. We got other things you could do with the Craze technique. When you were blocking, you could press both strong punch and strong kick to do a guard cancel called the Heartbreaker for a bar of adrenaline, which is the name of the super meter, demonstrated below. As a quick get-off option. Another defensive option is the Perfect Guard. When you press it back during the time of your opponent's attack hitting you, you will recover a little bit more of purple health. What is purple health, you may ask? Every character has a little bit of residual damage after taking attacks. This purple health will recover if you disengage from battle for a short bit. Also, Perfect Guarding will increase your purple health healing, so that is important to keep in mind. Also, an important thing to know is that, command normals, a staple of fighting games, are here. They could be used to extend your chain combos, like so. And sometimes they could be used for other things, such as Ajit's overhead. Because everybody needs an overhead. Other things to go over. Super meter maxes out at 3. It is called Adrenaline. There's also Guard meter for the green bar under the health. The lower that goes, you will get Guard crushed at a certain point. And you do not want that to happen. If you do find your guard meter going low, you shall try to perfect guard or use a heartbreaker if you're in a pinch. Other things to go. We have a cross-up indicator, which is not a unique feature to this game, but I felt like it was important to add in case you're like, that hit me? Well, you got crossed up. And the actual true meat and the potat of the Battle Craze is the dire counter hit. Much like games like Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue, there's a even worse form of a counter hit that will leave the opponent in a special state. So, if I punish my opponent's attack with a special or a normal at the right time, I will engage the dire counter state. And from there, I could do another repetition due to the fact that special move properties are also altered during this state. It would be better to show off than just to explain. So that's how that works. If you start with normals, you only get one repetition out of that. But if you start with a special move, oops, if you start with a special move, you get 2 reps. Each dire counter comes with a unique property where you can mix and match your special moves, either for damage, meter build, or a nice setup. So currently, so when it comes to special moves that we have here, there's the ground bounce. No, not the ground bounce, which will leave your opponents bouncing off the ground and suspended in the air for a short bit. The spin out, which will leave your opponent spiraling in the air, where you could follow up with something else. There's the wall bounce, where they bounce off of the wall and towards you. The power launcher, where your opponent will be suspended in the air, and then you could follow up with an air combo. Oh yeah, and the stagger, where your opponent will be reeling back, stunned for a short bit. And also the crumple. Your opponent will fall to their face, and they are completely helpless. That's it for mechanics, I believe. I guess we could show off Ajit so far. He is our protagonist character. He hails from India. He is a martial artist who is also attending college, trying to be a juggle his martial arts life and be a successful film student. He also has the innate ability to see the future through his dreams. And with that, he sees a terrible disaster coming upon the Battle Craze tournament series, which is one of the most prolific martial arts tournament in this universe. And due to the fact that Ajit is the only one, or seemingly the only one, who knows about this threat, he takes off to not only hone his skills, but possibly save the Earth. So we already showed off Ajit's normals. We could go a little bit more into that. There's 1-inch punch, which is a forward light punch. General combo extender. And then there's the Lion's Fang, which is an overhead. Quarter circle forward punch will give you the Lion's Sunspot. Standard projectile, which he kicks out. I think we're supposed to change that command to a kick, but Kalexo didn't do anything about it. And then we're going to have quarter circle back kick, the Rock's Twister. General forward advancing spinning move, usually used to end a combo. Although in the air, the light version will leave your opponent in a bit of a flip-out state. And when they land on the floor, they're kind of in neutral, and you a bit too, so you could follow up with a grab or something else. It's kind of a 50-50, however, I haven't asked the devs what exactly that would entail, but we will see when this meta develops. Forward down forward punch is Tiger Strike. General overhead, uppercut, not an overhead. The light version is very fast, however, it does not have invul on start. The heavy version has invul on start, however, it is much more punishable on block. See? Also, after the heavy version, if you press forward and heavy punch, you will get Tiger's Whip. You could also do this if you whiff it, too. Other moves, he has half circle back punch, Blazing Dragon. It is a spinning attack that low profiles most normals, as seen here. And then there's a forward back forward punch, which is Cobra Gatling. You may have seen this move before, however, it is a very active move meant to catch the opponent in and then punish them. And then we have supers. The super system works like this. Level 1 supers are called all-out attacks, and they're generally done with just double quarter circle motions, just to make everything easier, Ajit has 3 all-out attacks. And the first one is going to be Solar Flare. Oh, that range could be a little bit better. Superpower Melee Strike. You cannot combo after that. That's a unique hit effect. Quarter Circle back times 2, kick in the air being Heat Stroke. Also another damaging super that you could do in the air after a dire counter hit. Something like... nah. You can get fancy with that. Quarter Circle forward times 2 plus kick will give you Exodus, a Ranbu style super. Is that all for supers? Not exactly. In this system, there are also all-out EXs. All-out EXs are enhanced versions of one of the all-out attack moves. Either that, or they could be completely unique but cost 2 bars a meter. For Ajit, he has an enhanced all-out EX for Exodus. Kalexo came up with that mostly on his own. And then there are level 3 supers, All-Out Destruction. Originally, they were supposed to be desperation moves, but it was agreed upon it would just be much easier just to make them level 3s. That was a throw. Ajit's level 3, Pillar of Fire, Pillar of Soul. This is an idea that I had for a very long time. That was supposed to destroy that projectile. I'm gonna have to talk to Kalexo about that. So, yeah, that's Ajit for the most part. His frame data is probably not finalized. His AI isn't 100% complete, but we got the bulk of him done. I'm currently spreading on Tsugumi right now, and we will probably ask for more help once this video gets posted and once we get a thread going on Mugen's Fighters Guild. I know that people will not be working completely for free, but we will try to find a way to compensate for everybody's work. I promise. For those who want it. I keep pressing throw on the wrong button. And obviously sound effects are not final. These come from Kung Fu Man. So, this is probably everything that I have to show so far, other than Ajit's stage. I will be taking questions. Any thick lady characters in the works? Sugumi is pretty chubby, so yeah. We kind of had that base covered. I know Ayasme also asked earlier, is the macro the sole way to break out of throws like Killer Instinct, or do you also have to predict what direction they're throwing like Street Fighter V? I actually did not... I didn't know that was a thing in Street Fighter V. I'm gonna have to talk to Kalexo about that. I would prefer the Killer Instinct way, because it would be a little bit easier to tech throws that way. But I will, try it now. You do not. Currently, you do not have to guess the direction of the opponent's throw. Any more questions? The life bar. Sin with Arpa asks, why do fools fall in love? 'Cause they are fools. They do not know any better. I take it half the life bar disappearing when a special's done isn't intended. Yeah, we still need to figure out a way to fix that. So the only other thing I could show is, I guess, Tsugumi so far. She doesn't, like, have any attacks, and also Ajit stage, which is completely sprited. It has the music, and we still don't have, like, a versus thing. Obviously, Tsugumi's not supposed to have a bike during that intro. So Tsugumi can move! Oh wait, this actually isn't the... Oh wow. Stage actually hasn't been, updated. Hold up. Hold up! Ah. Yeah, I knew I should have given Calexo the updated version of that stage. And I don't think that the training stage was updated, although it was just more so an update to the code itself and not... Replace files in destination, open the def, go into sound, music sound slash c underscore g.mp3. Okay, back online. Oh yeah, I forgot that Meldo did the graphics for the life bars based off of sketches I did. I forgot to say that when I was listing off who was responsible for the parts in this game. Tsugumi transform. That is not her default palette too. So yeah, this is the complete Ajit stage. And the music. Thank you, Simple Light. Nobody has a double jump. Tsugumi can definitely move. And she is fast. I think there's only one... Yeah, there's only one punch that she has. And it looks a lot better in engine than when I was drawing it, because if I press any other button... Oh, I can't actually press any other button. Also, that happens. And that'll be it for the dev stream, because I do not have much. If anybody is interested in working on this project with, like, sprites, sound effects, music even, or just letting other friends know who might be interested, that would be great. And thank you for coming. This video will obviously be put up on YouTube at a certain point later, or like tonight. So yeah, that'll be the first major update. Tentacle Sorcerer says that they can do voices. I wonder who I could put you for. We will be in touch. Why do fools fall in love?